Good afternoon. My name is B. Ballingarry. I'm better known as Auntie B. I'm a Goombanga elder. I was born in Barraville in 1943, which means that I'm soon a 75-year-old woman. I'm a carer. I'm a published author. I have many awards, and these awards have come about through strategies for, like just forming an intelligent strategy to make it work for the work that I do. And the work that I do is ceremony and circle work. Circle work is a concept. It's a formulated circle of people, and to set it up in the beginning, we do that with foliage and special objects, and we usually have a theme. Now, if I'm running 1 year, like a course on my circle work, then I've got 52 themes, and I always start with values. My second theme or topic is listening, and then the third one goes into cultural safety. So in circle work, story, you need to be able to articulate in succinctly what your aim of the circle is. And if you're talking in story, if you're sharing a story, then you need listeners, and we need to listen. So that's why that's the second topic. And then there's the third one, cultural safety. We need to be able to speak with respect, no judgment, and no feeling to fix things. So this work, I'm often engaged to work with people who are grieving and struggling through the loss of a dear one to death, or someone who's dealing with a terminal illness. And so there's another form of grief. Circle work is also about celebratory times. So it can be a celebration of the birth of a child, a birthday, a 70th birthday, an 80th birthday, however the milestone is. Circle work is also, it's about consultation. So if somebody in the community needs to consult an organisation about something and they need information about that organisation or to have some information filtered into that organisation, then it's circle work. And circle work, I'm able to articulate a way to have people speak into their needs, speak into what will make that organisation work better. It will speak into funding bodies and how funding bodies really don't often doesn't match our cultural values as Aboriginal folk. Like if you have to spend your time working really hard on a funding application, then you lose the concept of the actual work that you're doing. And so that's a struggle sometimes. But circle work often avails itself, it's just the format, avails itself to us speaking easy and being able to share the story to exactly what we need for our community and for our people struggling with mental illness, for our young mums and bubs, for troubled youth, and for our elders, respecting elders. Looking at a way of just in-home support for our frail with disabilities. All of that circle work opens it all up. And so I'm here today, and I presented that this morning on this day, Wednesday the 15th of August, and it was the first workshop of the day. So it was a real privilege to be able to sit and present something that I'm really passionate about. I had the extra advantage of closing the the workshop day, the symposium day yesterday by bringing the entire group down after a very political few workshops. So I had that intro yesterday afternoon. This morning I was able to present the circle, and it was great to be able to actually tell the story of how I do circle and why I do circle and what fires this belly up. And this has been sitting with me for some time. I would say that I've been working informally for up to 40 years with circle work, ceremony and circle work. I usually do the two together. Today I did this only on the circles. But formally and as a consultant, I would say the last 10 years. And so it has been a real privilege to be able to grow my concept for social change. It's been a real privilege to be able to work with people at that higher level, like I'm working with doctors and calling myself a partner in recovery for the narrative therapy. I think that's beautiful. I'd been thinking a lot of formalising what I do, putting it into a teaching manual, and part of that thinking is I've done years of community work. I have things, because of this community work, I have things like an Order of Australia, which I got back in 2006. Back then I got the Grace Roberts Community Development Award, and also back in 2008 I got Citizen of the Year in Coffs Harbour. This year I'm winner of the International Woman of the Year, so I speak under that hat as well today. It's a privilege. It's a real honour to be acknowledged for the work I do, and I don't do them for the awards, but I acknowledge the people who nominate me. That's a place to, a tribute to them as well. So I'm seriously thinking about doing a doctorate. I've done the work, I've done all of the community work, and I would say that it's close to 30 years of community work where I've got reports, documentaries, where I've established and created programs that are still in cement. There's one on Coffs Harbour Education Campus, and my circle work is now embedded into some of the work that the New South Wales Mental Health Commission are seriously looking at as another way to look at addressing difficulties, people with difficulties. So I think that deserves some words to be able to, formalise it into a doctorate. And then who knows after that? Sky's the limit for Auntie B.